Off and racing, and as they head away towards the two fences at the bottom of the track, it is Afternoon Escape and the Texan who lead them along from Leading Swoop, who's going to jump it in third, and they're being chased back in fourth spot by House of Stories. Next up to Gollerim is next, and then Iron Hill on the inside of Conspiracy Charges. Adventure Bay is in between horses, and they're being followed just in behind by Iceberg. Just behind this one goes Marvelous Marvin, who passed three in the air and jumping there, and Donate is last of all. Turning now to Mace the Climb first time to go towards fence number 3 and 4, and it's the Texan who has the advantage up the hill. The Texan who was third across the road a couple of weeks ago, being followed by Leading Swoop, who races in second, also fourth at Fairhays. The Texan was awkward there. In third is Afternoon Escape. Benak is up on the outside, and then Marvelous Marvin is wider again. House of Stories is on the inside of Adventure Bay, and this group are being followed by Iceberg Bay. Gollerim is next with Iron Hill. Conspiracy Charges makes a position or two with Marvelous Marvin in front of Donate. Now they go to race on towards the fence at the top of the track. This is fence number 4, and it's the Texan who leads them along, being followed in second spot as they go towards this one by Leading Swoop, as they all land safely out over it and race into the turn. So the Texan leads Leading Swoop, and then Adventure Bay. Afternoon Escape is on the outside of House of Stories, and Conspiracy Charges is next with Benak, and Gollerim is next. Further back behind these to Iceberg Bay, Marvelous Marvin. Iron Hill is towards the back of the field with Donate. So now they begin their way along the back straight to go towards the 5th fence, and it is the Texan by 4 to Leading Swoop in second, and third is Afternoon Escape, and fourth is Adventure Bay with Conspiracy Charges up on the outside, and then just down there inside is House of Stories in the orange jacket. Just behind this one, the red of Benak, and behind Benak further back in the field as they land over the next is Iceberg Bay. Gollerim is towards this one's inside, couple of lengths further back behind this group to Marvelous Marvin and Iron Hill, and reminders for Donate at the back. About to complete their circuit and race into the turn that's going to bring them across the bottom and on towards fences 6 and 7. And out front, it is the Texan who leads from Leading Swoop, in third on the outside of House of Stories. As they race into that bottom turn is Adventure Bay. They are being followed by Afternoon Escape, and on this one's outside, Conspiracy Charges. Gollerim is just in behind as they race now towards the first of the two across the bottom of the track, and it's the Texan who lands in front as they all file safely out over that one and race quickly on now towards the next, which is 7 fences from home. It's the Texan from Leading Swoop, 5 lengths between them. Back in third is Adventure Bay with House of Stories. They're being chased by Conspiracy Charges and Gollerim towards the inside. Just outside this one is Afternoon Escape. Donate has made a bit of ground with Iceberg Bay for company. Benak, Iron Hill and Marvelous Marvin are the last 3. Straightening up now to go towards the fence, which will be their last in the circuit's time. And out front, it is the Texan who has a clear lead now from jumping it in second, Leading Swoop. In third is Adventure Bay, and right down the inside, House of Stories. On the outside, Conspiracy Charges, and they're being chased by Iron Hill, who's forging a position on the inside of Gollerim. There's not much room there. On the outside is Donate, and just in behind this one is Benak and Marvelous Marvin. They are very, very tightly bunched, with the exception of the Texan, who's clear still from Leading Swoop in second. Conspiracy Charges has gone up on the outside of House of Stories. Adventure Bay is in between them. Iceberg Bay is next, then Gollerim and Iron Hill, as the leader was awkward over that one. So too was Iron Hill. Rounding the top bend to make their way round towards 4 from home, and out front it's the Texan, Leading Swoop, House of Stories, being followed by Conspiracy Charges, who's next in the field, and this group are being chased further back in behind as they turn into the back straight by Iceberg Bay, who's picking up. So down into the back they go and on towards the 4th class. The Texan has quickened it up and gone clear. Conspiracy Charges on the outside of Leading Swoop, Adventure Bay, House of Stories, Iceberg Bay, and they're being followed by Marvelous Marvin, who's next. As they continue down along the back, Gollerim is on the inside of Benak with Iron Hill, but it's the Texan who's quickly away from the back of 4 out from Leading leading Swoop in second. Back in third spot behind these is House of Stories with Conspiracy Charges, then Adventure Bay, Golarium, Iceberg Bay, Reminders for Benak, then Marvellous Marvin, Reminders for Iron Hill, who's the last one in the bunch, and they're a long way clear from Donate and Afternoon Escape, who are tailing off. Now they go to the bottom turn. That's going to bring them across towards the third last fence, and still out clear is the Texan and has to be caught from in second spot. Being ridden along is House of Stories. Right behind this in third is leading Golarium, is improving, but the Texan is still clear from House of Stories, who gives chase. And they're being followed by Golarium, who's trying to get into it, and then leading Swoop, Adventure Bay, Iceberg Bay and Benak. But the Texan is over and still clear. House of Stories is trying to wear him down as they make their way towards home and make their way towards the final fence. Iron Hill and An Afternoon Escape have pulled up, but it's the Texan who leads them into the straight from Golarium, who's trying to close the advantage all the while. Back at House of Stories is still there too as they make their way to the last. It's the Texan from House of Stories, Golarium and Adventure Bay, and the Texan goes to the final fence with the advantage from House of Stories, who's trying to wear him down on the far side, and he's just beginning to get there now. House of Stories and the Texan go to the wire together, and it's going to be House of Stories who gets up to win. From in second is the Texan. Golarium will pick up the third. We lost Adventure Bay at the last, so the fourth will go the way of Iceberg Bay, another length to Benak, and they're 5 or 6 clear from leading Swoop. Conspiracy Charges pulled up at the last. Marvellous Marvin also pulled up.